The art and craft of versatile pigeon racing from sprint to marathon levels. A brief background on the formation of the modern racing pigeon. The rock dove or pigeon as it's known have been used for millennia for their ability to find their way home to roost primarily to its nest site. Humans exploited this ability by using pigeons to send messages between two different locations. Approximately 200 years ago in Belgium, pigeon fanciers developed the racing pigeon by breeding together the former best examples of these message-delivering pigeons. To test and measure their experiments, they sent them away from their home, the loft, and then when they returned they bred the winners together, thus over time accumulating in faster speeds from greater distance, resulting in the modern versatile racing pigeon we know today. Today the modern racing pigeon can in competitive races fly distances over 1,000 miles and reach speeds of 100 miles an hour in short races. The next age-old question often pondered by fanciers is it nature or nurture the pigeon or the fancier which affects the performance of the bird? Let's look at the pigeon first. What is it that makes one racing pigeon perform and another racing pigeon not? The modern racing pigeon is genetically the same as other types of non-racing pigeons. Recent studies have shown, however, that racing pigeons are more adaptive to use certain genes together, giving them enhanced function in speed, endurance, and homing abilities, a process that is understood to be because of the selection through breeding for these traits. As an example, if a fancier sends 10 birds to a short distance and continuously breeds from the first ones home over time, the flock will adapt to this situation and will become more proficient at this type of racing. Consequently, if the same process was used for distance racing, the same effect would happen for the flock. This is a very simplistic view to this process because of the numerous other variables mainly controlled by the fancier themselves, such as food, water, health, and conditioning of the bird. All this being said, it is all incidental. Without the addition of the fancier, there would be no racing to exploit the potential of the year's breeding and racing of the fanciers that came before. So then let's have a closer detailed look at the fancier that in truth controls and is responsible for exploiting the pigeon's potential for speed, distance, homing abilities, and consequently winning. I could just cite the status quo, what most seasoned fanciers will tell you, which is dedication and hard work. Which is true, but there are other factors which are at play which some fanciers are aware of and some fanciers to which this comes naturally to and consequently don't recognize themselves. What is this hidden in plain sight factor, I hear you ask? Well, it is all of the above mentioned and more. Have you ever asked yourself why some fanciers excel at winning with racing pigeons, fanciers that, should they choose to win over all genres of the sport, sprint, middle and long distance marathon racing, achieving their objectives to the highest levels over substantial time periods? What is this mysterious phenomenon that these fanciers possess that enables them to perform at this high level, which we all in our own way try to emulate? Well, like the racing pigeon, we humans are genetically the same, but we have consciousness which gives us the ability to think. It is this ability that forms their mindset, a part of their personality, manifesting itself in the ruthless dedication to achieve their objective and be the best at what they choose to do. This personality trait can be learned in life or self-taught from life's experiences. This then can be described as the performance of the fancier, which can be measured by way of results. What then is it that makes a high-achieving pigeon fancier? They possess a myriad of skills that they use to maximize their potential. These skills are too numerous to mention but can be summarized as planning, problem-solving, budgeting, communication, and self-discipline. These skills are used to formulate objectives which they achieve with meticulous precision and are what businesses call smart, specific, measurable, achievable, in a realistic timescale. They are self-starters, go-getters that don't give up until they achieve what they set out to do. Racing pigeons is just the medium they choose, and the pigeon is an extension of their own personality. So in conclusion, is it the fancier or the racing pigeon? I'll leave it to you to decide. But remember, without the fancier there would be no pigeon racing. Some points of note to ask yourself if you want to be a great racing pigeon fancier. What is my objective? What's my plan to achieve my objective? What's my measurement of success? Can I and am I able to do this? Am I dreaming, or can this be a reality? Am I prepared to invest my time, energy, and money? Am I a smart racing pigeon fancier? Of course, the sport of pigeon racing not only caters for this small elite but all fanciers for a multitude of personal reasons, and that's what makes this sport so great. So with the start of the racing season just on the horizon, I wish you all a good one and I hope your dreams come true. Yours in sport, Dave Bunker Briley.